whatever. Well, engineers had to wear the steel toes back in the engine room and all that. I used to wear the Sperry, did you get those Sperry top sides? Blue? It's like a blue sneaker. We still make them.
I don't remember.
They had like real sticky grips on them.
We wore poopy suits.
Yeah.
That's all we
You
wore.
know what I remember with the poopy suit? Was after 90 days of zipping
It's going.
up to take a leak, your brain was trained. I remember I was somewhere and like, oh, I gotta zip down to use it.
Well, they were a great thing to wear.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you can get in and out of those things in no time.
Yeah.
But they never really got dirty, or you never felt dirty. You know, washing
You get a WSRT, you got that thing in a second.
and they were better than WREs at sea, actually. And they were comfortable.
You know, I think they made a shave here for the
Yeah.
sub rubber, and then I remember they had the metal rim glasses. They used to call them John Lennon glasses because they were round, I guess, because they had wire on them, so you could put the mat. I mean, they used to call the black glasses birth control glasses.
For who?
Navy issue was like a black corner glass.
Yeah.
I know the joke was they called birth control glasses.
They were plastic.
Yeah, they're all ugly, you know. But on the submarine, they could all go and get issued these round metal ones that had real thin wires on them. So you could wear your mask and get a
I
seal.
don't remember many people wearing glasses.
But you know, I remember, we took the midshipmen out, and the officers would only go after the ones wearing glasses, because all the other ones wanted to be pilots.
Master Chief, what's going on?
Nothing.
No.
Yeah.
I don't even know you, but I know you don't like that.
Yeah.
See that look?
I know, you got it.
Love that hat. Thanks.
Peace, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fine.
Hey, Phil. Yes, sir.
One take.
She'll make a good word.
Instead of doing this one prayer.
First off.
How you doing, I'm Chuck? Chuck, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Mr. Vincent, how you doing, sir? Down from 26.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
My son, president of the Flag Club.
Yeah, I know it.
You know what?
A little further.
Where's Marie?
No, not really.
Really?
Yeah.
It keeps coming up with new stuff. I told her I'm gonna trade her in for 240-year-olds.
Who? What'd you say about that one?
I better watch out, we're on the air.
I brought him that beer, and as the bartender's giving it to him, he's finishing the other one, so we had one. He just-
Oh.
he wrote me in that.
That was the first thing he said when I walked through the store. I said,
No, no.
You can sit there. Sit back here. Quiet corner.
I don't want to go down.
Hi, sweetie.
That's for January. The other one's for December.
Maybe we need people to come to meetings.
I'm gonna help you with the.
You probably just got
What's
Richard.
going on here? That's my.
No, you should do the year-end report anyway,
A little sick, so.
right? I had to ask people, I was afraid I had one thing mixed up.
How you doing?
We did not officially raise the scholarship.
How you doing, sir?
Those guys were-
Wait, last call up here, then we're going back down, then I'm going to draw. Who didn't get a ticket, $5? Anybody, if anybody needs.
All right, we gotta fix my
All the
notes.
money, Glenn has it downstairs.
When's
Okay, that's right.
And
You mean, good night, right? Good night.
What, they $5?
Yeah.
Give me 4.
Good night. No,
it's all gonna help.
just got better. The math sheet. Well, that's what
Fix it.
I think the winner's gonna get.
I broke out 500 for 5 years.
Yes, that's what it was.
It's got.
2,000 against Sparks
Hopefully, $100.
Right.
We went.
Oh, yeah.
Now that I have, man.
Right, it's $100 on the kitty, though, and somebody up here, it's $200 on the kitty.
I can't. Anybody else want to take it? I'll take it.
One thing.
And then I gotta go down. No.
Oh, no.
Sorry, we'll put you something on over.
Not the BJ's.
I just did $2,000 for this margination. Changes the value.
You can't go for the cash.
Anybody else? Good? Okay, thank you.
Wait. You just got back to my point.
What's that?
We gotta paint that, right?
He still has to do it.
And I get that last credit.
$30, you got $40.
That's second job.
Don't worry about
I got it.
All right, Cobb, hurry up.
Yeah, it's dead. Ben, put it back up with you.
Well, all the money.
Okay, you sold the money, okay. You stay with them. You can start right now.
Oh, yeah, pen for you, too, if you want
I'm sorry.
All right, you gonna make faces at me all night tonight again? No, stick your tongue out, all that stuff? No, you sure? All right, I might do it though, is that okay?
Your turn.
it. I took her, we went on the Broward. We were up in New York.
Yeah, how was that?
All right.
What kind of shape is it in?
Not better than the league.
Yeah, no, it's good shape, it's just weird, it's weird. It's a diesel,
Take care of it.
diesel missile mode. It's a weird, you know, like. It's got like a big back cave on it or something.
Yeah, I
I would go in and they cut a big opening, go down. I don't know.
Is it a regular spoon?
I was gonna say regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can write on it.
Wow, there's one of two actually.
You said the link, right? She's still in the Hackensack River, isn't she?
Oh my God, she's still there, but yeah, she's in bad, she's in bad
She's still
shape.
commissioned though.
Yeah.
The only way they're gonna get that down the river is to cut the sail off of it.
No, I can't, she's no water there. I've worked.
There's
there
like,
around.
there's like 7 bridges that it
They
can't.
can't cut it up because all the stuff's gotta go into the river.
Yeah,
They can't.
Because they cannot do it because of all the stuff.
that's what you call a dichotomy. They have a little problem up there.
I mean, there was water there at one time.
There's no water there now. I sailed barges into there. And by leaning up against her, turn around. There's no water there at all.
There's no water. It's like when they tried to move to New Jersey. They had to get all that stuff from happening.
The trouble with the wind, there's no historical,
Thank you.
she's not famous for anything.
Battleship, New Jersey.
She made war patrol.
She never left the Pacific, she never left the Atlantic though.
She never did.
No, she was a cramp boat, and they had to finish it somewhere else. They started in Philadelphia, they couldn't finish it. I think they finished it in Portsmouth. It took so long to build it, they kept only basic sail into the war.
Do you want to switch chairs?
Hey Jim, who do I make this out to?
USSBI dash New Jersey South.
For both, can I put them both on the same?
Yes.
50 training, right?
Total?
Total.
That's a yes. It was
1 year,
training.
1
It
year?
wasn't really 1 year.
Got it, thank you.
$1.
I'm 1 year away from the life. Financially, it becomes.
Take your
Did
time.
you ever leave the dock when you were on it?
364 days.
Geez, that kind of works.
There's 2 more over there.
That one was just to show you the valve.
I'll do a story.
I mean, I went over it a long time ago.
It works.
Long time.
Doesn't work over here.
When it was open.
Long time ago.
That was just a.
Yeah, well, 40 years ago, I guess.
That's a long time ago.
No, I did also about 40, I went on one of those newer diesel companies, one they wanted to sell by land. It came to Pennsylvania.
I'm afraid to touch it because.
You let it dry out.
Have you
See,
seen the
I'm
harbor?
before, who would have thought?
Was that on land somewhere?
Yeah. Up by Portsmouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's sitting on blocks and it's beautiful.
It was small.
Yeah.
It was experimental. My wife and daughter went on board and they said, thanks. I said, if you wanted to get in the bunk and get out of the bunk, you had to turn over.
Yeah.
You couldn't just roll over, just get up.
And the back end is like this?
Well, that was changed, it was experimental, they're always changing.
They dragged it.
Well, but it's permanently like that now.
They dragged that across the road because they had to do that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But did you ever see pictures of the U-505, how they moved it from the lake and got it out to the museum?
It's on YouTube?
We waiting
Yeah, well, they had pictures when you go to the museum showing it.
Oh, okay.
They put a rail down and has
Yeah, Wayne, come on, boys.
a rail.
Yeah, we waiting for the cob. We're waiting for the cob or what?
Let's go there.
Hey Chuck, you could be the cob.
Wait, gotta be a winner up here, they're all complaining. I said, yeah, it's upstairs, it's rigged.
It's rigged.
Yeah, it is, yeah, it is.
Ready?
We gotta give it back the phone.
410. $400.
Oh, wow.
Before me.
Master Chief.
No,
Yeah, again? They're gonna.
You win again.
Just saying it's rigged.
How much did I win?
$100?
No, 95, I think. Okay.
Cobb, you coming back or what?
Yeah, I gotta get the bucket back in the
Hey
tank.
Chuck, you come.
All right,
Awesome.
tell me start.
Chuck looks like an awesome guy, right up there next to the.
Chuck, did you guys vote?
Okay, watch your ears, everybody. There's a switch right there. Okay.
Watch your ears.
No, right on top. So, right, that white thing. Right to your wrist. Okay, watch your ears.
Oh shit, somebody qualify him on that.
Eventually. Uncover. Almighty, everlasting God, protect us from all such trust in thee. Hear our prayers as I have thy servants, who set the vessels beneath the seas. We beseech thee, keep the lives of saving care, all who are submarines, that they may be delivered from the iniquities of thee. Grant them the courage and devotion to fulfill their duties, that they may best serve thee and your name. Though acquainted with the depths of the ocean, deliver them from the depths of despair, dark hours, absence, and the good ship spirit. Bless all the kindred and loved ones, from whom they are separated. When they surface the ships, they praise thee, without air that dwells in thee. Fill them with thy spirit, that they be sure of their aims, unwavering duty, high purpose, while upholding the honor of their nation. Amen. Yes, sir. USS Kaplan, SS 289. USS Sea Lion, SS 195. USS Carp, F1. USS S4 109. USS Scorpion, SS 278. USS Argonaut, SS 166. USS Swordfish, SS 193. USS S-36, SS 141. USS S-26, SS 131. There's a port of no return where ships may ride an anchor for a little space. Then some starless night, leaving Eddie Morton. Gulls we're no longer sail like terrestrial world. No tangle of wreckage will be washed ashore.
Yeah, that's.
To perpetuate the memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in pursuit of their duties while serving their country. That their dedication, deeds, and supreme sacrifice be constant source of motivation toward greater accomplishments. Pledge loyalty, patriotism to the United States Constitution.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm sorry?
Thanks, Chuck, you're an awesome guy.
Cox, see you later.
Thank you, Chuck, for filling in.
Thank you, sir.
He was the cob.
Now it's time for,
Thanks, Chuck.
we introduce ourselves.
Oh, or Wayne.
Jim Gary, USS Ira, SS 42, August 1964, Rockford.
Ed Carlson, I qualified aboard the USS Agner in May of 1967. And I believe I drank my dolphins in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
I'm Bob Gross. I qualified on USS Tecumseh SSBF 628 in June of '66 in South Pacific.
Jim Madden, I qualified on the USS George Bancroft, SSPN 643 Blue in March of 1989.
Wayne McCallum qualified on the USS Wrangler, SS 214, 1967. I think it was
1914.
Let's see. I think it was in Spain.
Chuck Cox, I qualified at SSBN 608, sorry. USS Ethan Allen, June 72, and I jacked my dolphins in Rhodes, Spain.
Alan Brown, Sid Tech on the Gold Crew of the USS Kaiser Pulaski, SSBN 633. I qualified in June of 1965 in Rhodes, Spain.
Steve Switzer, I was on the USS Hammerhead in Norfolk, it did SSN 663. One month, I don't know, 1982, I got my dolphins.
Thank you and welcome.
Yeah.
And I'll introduce Keegan, my neighbor. And I'm Richard
I
Reeves.
never qualified merchant marine,
All right.
40 years.
You supported us.
You protected me.
Army.
Glenn McAllis, U.S. Army, Chemical Corps, 1968, 1970, qualified with a M14 rifle out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Bill McGlynn qualified USS Spacefish 668 in April '81 under the ice up north. I'm sure Steve can relate to that, being on the camera.
Chris Spencer, USS Menhaden, SS 377, San Diego.
No, we did that 14. Yeah. 14.
I was on summer.
Oh, well, they made us all qualify.
I was on summer.
We all had equipment.
We had 45.
We had 14s, we had Remington shotguns, we had 45 caliber.
45. We had 45, that's what we had.
For topside.
What we certainly have here is a variety
We had
of
sub-rockets.
subsailors serving on different types of submarines. But what we have to keep in remembering is why we do that, where it all started. And it started with the submarines that we towed the boats for at our meeting those that served this nation and sacrificed during the Second World War. 52 votes lost that state. I was fortunate back in November to attend a World War II submarine veterans memorial ceremony down in Kings Bay, Georgia. And the Navy does a wonderful job honoring its veterans. But in a way, it's a little sad. There was only one World War II veteran that was there, and he was on it. And it was a recent widow of another World War II veteran. So, but it was, I do it again because they did it for us.
How old was he at the World War II then?
He was the survivor one. He was 101.
Really?
And he just wrote a book. It was actually so this book.
Yeah?
He was trying to go to about 110 at least.
Oh. Yeah.
Secretary's report, Jim.
Regular meetings, New Jersey-based South USSVI, Friday, November 21st, 2025, Warrenville, New Jersey, 1930 hours, VFW. Officer present, Ed Carlson, Bob Gross, Jim Madden, James Gary. Call to order, prayer, flag salute, calling the votes, introductions of members present and guests, honor World War II vets. Chaplain's report, the Nicholas, John Theotonio. Minutes of October meeting read by Secretary and approved by members present. Treasurer's report given by James Gary, 2 CDs, one $16,998.13, another one of $4,097.15, a checking account of $2,945.75, the scholarship CD of $4,888.74, and a scholarship fund of $3,085.24. For a total base treasury of $32,015.01. Report accepted as read by members present. Committee reports, membership, C. Vincent, approximately 108 members, and we have 1 bite. Ways and Means, Dave Lucas, no report. C. Ed Carlson for the latest in hats and sweatshirts. Scholarship, Ed Carlson, accepting applications. We had a $2,000 Ken Spar donation for the scholarship fund. License plates, Ed Carlson, 2 pending. Plates 1734 through 40 are available. Old business, use your membership cards to promote our organization. We need a volunteer for newsletter. November 5th through 8th, Submarine Vets of World War II Memorial Ceremony was a great event. Recognition of New Holland Club members and Ken Spar Submarine Service Award. Sea stories none, for the good of the order, nothing. Meeting closed with prayer by Vice Commander Chaplain. Cobb, Wayne Michelle, County Service. James Madden, Secretary, New Jersey-based staff, USSVI.
Motion to accept.
Thank you. Motion to accept the report.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Treasurer's report.
Okay, so I did the year-end report for 25 and I submitted it to the treasurer. So I didn't hear from him, so I guess it was accepted.
He was accepted.
Yeah. So I'll go over those numbers because I didn't go over them the last time. So our total cash is $32,292. We still have 3 CDs. There's a scholarship CD due March 3rd. At 4% interest is $3,107. We have a regular, an extra regular CD from the checking account. It's due April 4th next year. This year at 3.682, it's $4,110. And then we have a regular CD, which is due February 25th, and that's at 4%. That's $17,110. Now in our regular checking account, we have $3,026, and in the scholarship savings account, we have $4,940. So our total scholarship funds available this year going into the new scholarship year is $8,000. I'll go over some of the expenses. I never do that, but I think it's important that we know what we're collecting, what we're spending for the year. We collect base dues and national dues, which I won't go over, because the national dues, I remit back to national, so it's a wash. So we don't collect much money for base dues. We had a 50/50 last year, $308. We had donations of $4,145. We had interest income of $927. License plates, $435. And Wawa ticket sales of $300, which won't happen again.
You're done.
We're done. So expenses, we had a $30 scholarship, boat sponsorship program. We had donations of $500, which is the money we give to the VFW. And then we had insurance of $25, and then we had a scholarship award of $1,000 last year. And then widow's luncheon, the memorial luncheon, we spent $326 because we paid for Ken and some other expenses from the sale. So our total revenue last year was $6,990. Our total expenses were $2,497, so we gave $4,492 for the year. That was really good.
Good year, but
We didn't have to buy any bricks.
Well, we haven't bought bricks in over a year, well over a year. So I don't know what's going on with that brick program.
They have to let you know.
Yeah. So nobody's ever informed us, and that's fallen by the wayside.
I'll talk to Charlie. I'll talk to Charlie, see what's happening, because the person who was doing, the bricks was not in good health. And when we did have bricks to go in, he needed people to do it. So I will talk to Charlie about that, because Charlie Gromack is a dual member here of New Jersey South and New Jersey Shore. And Charlie's health is not the best. People that are doing the bricks, it's the same thing. We're all getting old.
So, Charlie probably hasn't really put any time into other issues.
But if there's anything, if there's any problems that we know, we owe money or we have to,
I think we're obligated, remember we replaced any bricks years ago, and that was all paid for. That was the biggest expense we had. But we said if somebody didn't have a brick and died, we kept it.
that's correct.
Yeah, right.
We had bricks at one time and they deteriorated. So almost everyone that I know rebought the bricks. Yes, sir.
Just for Steve's edification here, there's a memorial in Tom's River, submarine memorial, and there's bricks. The area is paved with bricks, and a memorial bricks where ex-summer sailors, past members, whatever the case may be, their names are sort of etched in those bricks. So if you ever went to Tom's River, there's a submarine memorial there, and that's the bricks we're talking about are those.
I'm sorry.
Those bricks. Yeah, no, it's okay.
That shore base, and I'm a dual member, and so is Bob, that's an offset, one of the bases that grew out of this.
Yeah, they take care of that
The
site.
memorial luncheon is a shared expense because it's a dual base activity. This year, there was a little bit of, I had a little bit of problem with the location of it because it was held in Forked River area, which doesn't make it easier for our base members to get to. But I raised the issue, and I understand that they're gonna have this coming year's luncheon is gonna be held in Manchester, where they hold their,
It's the Italy's Fest.
Italy's Best, which is good food. So that would be,
It's about 20 miles closer to our place.
that would be, hopefully we can get more of our base members to attend. So I'm glad that. But I maintain contact with base members, Charlie for one, and we get together periodically for lunch because now I live in Manchester, Charlie lives in Manchester. A couple of the other base members live here. So I'm going to schedule them a lunch. I talked to Jim before, he said he would be willing to come down from Allentown, and we could ask Charlie myself. He wasn't that help, but he looked great for this.
Yeah, he looked-
I saw him. So, well, we could ask him directly what's going on with Brex. But, Charlie's a good guy.
So I have January's report that, so as of today, January 23rd, we have $32,630 in cash. We still have the 3 CDs. One is 3,107, one is 4,122, and the other one is 1,709. And the big one will get interest tomorrow. That's why it has increased. So in the checking account, we have $3,351, and in the scholarship savings account, we have $4,940. It's still $8,000. So year-to-date, our income is $493, and our expenses are $338. And we have a profit of $338.
The VFW is 500 yearly? Can we do that?
We have not because they don't charge us here. They do not charge us for our meetings.
We've never really.
We've helped, yes, we have. We have.
I'll bring some tickets next week. But we've been meeting here since 1991.
Yes. And the thing is, they don't increase it, but we do freights with them, we do all kinds of things with them. So it's a good handshake. It's a good handshake. And we try, yes, sir. And we try and help out.
When it's karaoke night.
Just to reiterate, our expenses are $155, and so we have a profit year-to-date in January, $338.
Is there any questions regarding 54? If not, I'll entertain the motion to accept this. Second,
I'll second the motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes carried. Chaplain's report.
The person, I haven't talked to John, but John D'Antonio is a tough man to get a hold of. Dave Lucas is doing better because I just talked to the commander downstairs. He talked to Dave. Dave Lucas was one of our supporting members, and he lost a leg. He lost a leg, but you know what? Nothing stopped Dave. Nothing stopped Dave, and that's what we like to do. His wife has been sick, and Dave is taking care of her. She's taking care of him. And John D'Antonio, each time I call, they'll say, we're good. Other than that, Charlie's fine now. At this point in time. Charlie had a thing where his legs would just blow up. But I saw him in December, and he's doing good. That's my report, sir.
Thank you. I guess we need a motion in a second.
Do a motion, I make a motion to accept the chaplain's report as read.
We're just gonna list John.
John, that's correct. Yes, sir.
Aye. Thank you. Committee reports, beginning with membership, Chris.
109.
109.
Good.
Wow.
We're holding steady.
I don't know who it is, but we're 109.
Is that a plus one or?
Yeah, it's a plus one.
Plus two.
Steve, it's Steve right here. He's right in the room. We're talking about him like he's not even here.
You know, we all.
Hey, Steve, you're right.
What was my rate?
Yeah.
Of MM1.
Nuke?
New.
Empty. That's okay, that's okay.
Somebody had to.
Yeah, yeah. It might be the only nuke in the room, actually.
You know, it's,
At this point in time.
I completed new machinist making school.
You were young, you were young.
No, I completed the course, but failed the final test, and that's on the camera. Had a little bit of training, cleaning brake pumps things.
Yeah, that reinforces it.
No, I didn't have to do it on both. I did it I went through the whole lake. They're in Florida.
We all-
That was where the A school was?
Yeah, it was machinist made A school in Orlando, Florida. Nuclear machinist made.
Okay, yeah, the actual school, yeah, but not the hands-on. Or not.
So we had to do something. Something had to do with static pressure test with, you had to tighten all the.
Yeah, like those little things you make you go up and down like that. I got it.
all this-
You know what, it made sub school easier. He sent me to sub school after that, I had, even a failing machinist mate.
On the subject of membership, the national gets a lot, its membership in New Jersey is we sell the New Jersey settlement plates, we coordinate it. And we bring in members to national, but those members do not join the base. So back in, I think it was October, I approached national, they gave me a listing of all members at large in New Jersey. And I waited to a couple of weeks ago until we got into the new year. We had the calendar for the year, and I sent out 9 emails personally inviting those members that are large that live within a reasonable distance from our base to come out. I emphasize the camaraderie, but I also emphasize our scholarship program, which is a big selling point. But we try, but we'll see maybe when warmer weather, maybe the fruits of that labor. If not, I'll probably wait till the summer and send out a reminder. We're still here, hope you can join us.
We do what we can with what we got.
Nothing on Eagle Scouts, right? So,
No. I haven't heard anything.
Ways and Means, Dave Lucas isn't here, of course, and, if you're interested in base hats or sweatshirts, you may, and I can have them on. There is nothing in supply, other than we do have Holland Club hats for this year's members, and we're working on that and getting to new business. Scholarship. I was hoping Guy would be here, but did we have any applicants yet for this year?
No.
Okay, but we've already put it out by email and by the website, right?
Yep. Email. No responses this year at all. Last year, we only had one.
Can I have a niece apply? My niece?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
not sure about that.
No.
No, it's gotta be
Child or grandchild?
yeah,
Yes.
grandchild, yeah.
Yes.
Can be adopted.
It's
I don't see why
perfect.
not.
Chris, you have grandchildren from the banks, right?
Yeah. I've got 2 and they haven't done anything, so that's their loss.
It's lost opportunity.
There's money there.
I won't have my grandsons apply, but it's irrelevant for my oldest one because he's graduating in 3 years, so he's not even going to apply for the national for the 3rd time, for the 4th time, so he's out of that program. But my youngest grandson will apply for the national, but he will not apply for the base. So we'll just accumulate the money, and when we get an applicant, it's up to the committee to recommend, what to award. And there's 2 scholarships for the base. There's a $1,000 scholarship, which is in honor of my dad, and then we have the $500 scholarship for the next 5 years, which is in honor of Ken Spa, who donated $2,000 to fund that scholarship. So hopefully we'll get applicants for it. Should we put another message out? Chris?
Okay.
Okay.
It's actually for the next 5 times it's awarded. So if it doesn't happen this year,
No, but the money's in.
we'll keep rolling forward.
People don't realize that Eddie's the one who started for his father-in-law, started the scholarship fund. He gave $10,000, remember years ago, a long time ago, my daughter, the recipient for a couple of years. And, but he's also now donated in his father's name, in the order of another $10,000. So people don't realize it's a meaning, a good meaning.
It's a labor of love.
Yes, sir.
Just read,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
I just ran into the guy actually just
License
2
plate,
days ago.
nothing new on,
Ed came here, he was just showing me, he came here. Sure.
where is Guy?
He's very busy, he's home with Depot, he's very busy over at,
He's no longer the Grand Poobah, right?
he's very busy over there is what he said.
Is that 1 year, 2
It
years?
was 1 year, he said, I'll be back soon, is what he told me.
I was gonna email him today, but I got sidelined, so I'll do that probably. If I'm snowed in this weekend, which looks like the case, then we'll reach out to Guy. Nothing new on license plates.
So Steve, so let me interject again if I can, Ed. Steve, you've seen the SS plates? Familiar?
No, I haven't seen it.
So when if you left here early, you'll see a bunch of them in the parking lot. So there is a New Jersey sub-vet edition of license plates. SS has a dolphin insignia on it. And Ed, I think, takes care of those.
Under old business.
He was just, Bill was explaining about the submarine plates.
We'll be interested.
So if you're interested, sit Eddie, because
I coordinated.
he coordinates it.
That's why a lot of people join.
Yeah,
You see that plate.
Some people just want the plate, and they don't.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Somebody else's plates.
And I said, I gotta have those.
But you can also have fun with it.
But did you see the email I put out where I got all 3 plates, myself and my dog?
My wife's car. And
I didn't
because
get
I
any
coordinate
comments.
the issues of the
I
plate,
did.
I was able to get them.
Nice. Please, one meeting. Thank you.
I was able to get the plates one number apart. So when we both pull into the shopping center and people pass on cars, I have to wonder, how the hell they get those numbers one next to another? And Chris, you got the same situation, right?
How many plates do you have to sell before you entitle to the new ones?
We have to sell about 30 more plates.
30 more plates.
Before we,
Colorization.
yeah, before we, but we've already prepaid for 10 plates. And so it's, when they reach out to the state of New Jersey, and it's usually a sub-8 plates, on a vehicle, they contact motor vehicle, and motor vehicle is made. And, I let them know they're organizational plates. You have to be a member of the USSVI organization before I could authorize the issuance of the plates. It is a fundraiser for our base because we charge a little bit more than the cost of actually acquiring the plates. It goes into our treasury, so it's a little bit of a fundraiser for us, but it's really our best recruiting the national.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump on you.
No, that's okay. My hearing is south.
What's that?
Ain't that what we're going to the VA?
Those sonar rolls, that joke never gets old.
On the old business, Ken Spa, Chris and I, we were hoping to pay a visit to Ken Spa before the holidays to present him with the Senior Submarine Service Award. But the timing just didn't work out. So rather than holding it up, on December 22nd, I wrote a letter to Ken, and I'll read it. Hello, Ken. Enclosed is the USSBI's Holland Club Senior Service Award in recognition of your service to our nation while serving as a member of the United States Navy submarine force during World War II. It was sailors like you serving on diesel boats who are the forerunners of today's fleet of nuclear submarines which silently protect our nation's freedoms. Yes, you went where others still fear to go and help set the course for all who followed in your footsteps. Please accept my apologies for not getting this award to you sooner. I was hoping to present it to you in person at your home jointly with the commander of the Philadelphia base, which is Ken Spar's home base, not us. And I am sure members of that base would have also liked to have been in attendance. Unfortunately, things did not work out as we were hoping, and I did not want to further delay giving this award to you before the Christmas holiday. As a fellow diesel boat sailor during the Vietnam War, I have utmost respect for you and your generation of submariners. Ed Carlson, Commander, USSBI, New Jersey South Base.
Very nice. That was nice. Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next item on the agenda is we're going to have 3 new Holland Club members this year.
Yeah, reconcile that other guy.
Yeah, because the other fellow is not eligible. As soon as I get the certificates, I will reach out from National. I will reach out to these, to the 3 new Holland Club inductees. That's William G. Bennett, Herman T. Jew, and Edward Storch, and invite them to our meeting with their family members so we could present them to them. Should I be unable to present it to them, I will mail it to them, which is the course of action I took last year for those who could not get here. It was really great at a November meeting that we had 2 inductees.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. So, you know, a lot of it has to do with age, travel, and distance, but we tried. So, whole business. Ticket sales, we did good today.
We had,
We got it done new.
What did we get, 95?
$95.
$95.
I counted that. 100% accurate.
Oh, I did this week, this is the email I got you. I'll forward it to you, you ready?
Yeah.
It was exciting. And thank you for all your work in the minutes. Because now I have them all, what do I do with that? Do I submit that to anybody?
Maybe not.
was it like close to it?
Unless they're requested, you do not have to send them.
They're supposed to be posted on the website.
Post it. That's
Oh.
correct. But otherwise, you do not have to send them. If they need to know something, that's fine.
I would think the big thing they're curious about is how much money we have.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
Which brings us back to the website, because there's no sense posting anything on that website, you know, of the National. And once again, they tell me from National, it's gonna be, the new one's gonna be out there, in the second or the third quarter. I would hold my breath. But let's, we've cleaned it up as much as we could, but it's, there's no sense posting anything to that if it's going away anyway. It's not easy to navigate. Sea stories. Does anybody have sea stories? I'm going to do a sea story because
About the link.
about the lake. Thank you for posting those pictures of the lake. That was so disheartening. That was actually my first boat, not my quad boat, but I joined the submarine reserve unit in Brooklyn, and the lake was where we met, the Armory and the lake. And to this day, I remember those Fairbanks Morse engine, and it didn't look like an engine to me. And later I became an engineman on two diesel boats with diesel General Motors engines that looked like real engines. But on the lake, they never went to sea. But what the Navy would do would set the boat down from New London for our training. And you know how it works with the reserves and the training. You rotate from job to job to job. Now, I'm 17 years old. I didn't have a car, didn't drive a car. In Brooklyn, everything was by bus and subway. So I'd never been behind the wheel in the car. So I'm rotating through jobs and jobs, and now I didn't know what the term was, but I recall them calling it, it's the maneuvering watch. And where was I when they made that call from the bridge or from the control room? I was on the helm. And pulling this boat back into New York Harbor. And it's not an easy navigation in the best of times. But I'm on this big wheel, and I'm following the bubble. 15 degrees one way and 15 degrees the other. And I'm struggling. And then I hear from the officer of the deck, hold your helm, a nautical term. I'm still a high school kid. I got both hands on the wheel, what do you want me to do? So I keep going back, and I'm 15 degrees one way, 15 degrees. I hear again, hold your helm. And now I'm really puzzled. But I hear the sense of urgency in his voice. And then I hear for the last time, hold your helm. And then I see his head pop down, the officer's head pops down into the conning tower. He goes, who the hell? I go, it's me, sir. When he realized that I was in relief, he gets on the car, calls down in the control room, you get that helmsman here, and you get him here now. But he said, so I get relieved, and the officer of the bridge said, so come on up here. And I looked, I don't think I was more than 200 yards away from the Statue of Liberty. You imagine a 17-year-old reservist at the Statue of Liberty? But that was my story. Remember, I was up yesterday.
Especially the hollering.
No, it didn't bother me.
Yeah, at 17,
No, I wasn't. It was nautical terms that threw you off. Hold your helm. You know? Keep your course, boy.
So I used to go rudder midships. Meaning when you're turning it would rudder midships, and then you would keep it center, and then straight. But you would still, your course would be changing, and you had to call it off every 10 degrees, and then they would say belay your heading, and they would just bug him every few minutes.
Well, I'm glad they didn't say that to you. It was.
How's
Anyway, that was my sea story. We have any more?
Anybody else?
I was maneuvering much. I don't know if the hydraulic accumulators, they dump, and then you got to use, I don't know if you know, there's like a hand thing in the center on the new boats that you would move the rudder with.
That's correct.
And it's not like you're steering anymore. You move, and then the rudder would stay there. Then you had to move the rudder back. It was hard to steer a course doing it that way.
But the thing is, they used to give that to the Frenchman. The Fairwater Frenchman.
On the surface, yeah.
Okay. And then, you're gonna go this way, and everything was that way.
There's a guy back in the engine room that could do it too. We used to do it with sound powered phones. You tell him, no, right 5 degrees.
Hey, Jim, you were on a Puma, right?
Yeah.
But you have like 4 maneuvering watches a year?
Yeah. But it was a long one. We were in Charleston. You had to come all the way up to Charles River.
You ever been to Holy Lock? You want to talk about long maneuvering watches? We'll talk about that one.
But talk about Rhoda Bay. That was a nice submarine. That was a nice bar they had down at the lower base there.
Yeah, they did. He's like first calamari.
We had a guy. He was a third class engineer. And he was a real screw up. Davis.
Yeah, my friend.
And,
Standing there.
and, you know, we were all at the bar waiting for him to, you know, get the results of his walkthrough. We figured he botched it, but somehow he managed to make it through the walkthrough. And, but now it was time, and we were happy for him. But now he had to drink his dolphins. So we got him on the chair, and the typical order, the largest glass in the house, and you fill it with everything. And he chugged it. And then when he went to put it down, he dropped the dolphins into the glass. That's a no-no. You gotta catch it in your teeth with the glass down. Made him do it again. I'll never forget this because he did it again, and he immediately fell back.
Lucky they didn't kill him. Yeah, lucky they didn't kill him.
And it was, yeah, I don't know how he survived it, but we all had our foul weather jackets thrown in the corner of the bar. So what we did is we just took the body, threw him in the corner, and continued the party. And then carried him back.
Did anybody ever retrieve a torpedo? Good new coach, don't do that.
Yeah, we did.
You did on the new
Yes,
coach?
we did.
I remember, how do you remember? I was on the blender thing. We shot a torpedo, couldn't find it. We were out there for two days looking for the thing. We finally find it. It was cold. You're out there.
At Guam.
To bring that back on the boat, we get it down in the Fort Torpedo room. Oh my God, I was ready to shoot myself.
But we never did find it.
I know, well, we never did.
Never did find it.
But I found more on YouTube than I knew when I was in there on how far a torpedo could go on those speeds. Those some of it should go for 20 miles.
You wanna hear them go out of the tube?
I heard when we were playing war games, when they were shooting them, I was a sonar tech, and you hear that thing screaming. I could not imagine that during the war, real time.
And
But those guys, did they heard that?
you still had the wire. You could redirect, boom, and then cut it.
But today, what they can do with it, it's unbelievable. They could go out, go around down deep, then go out and go 20 miles in the air and go back down again.
Yes, sir.
The tech today is unbelievable.
Going back to Rhode Spain, I thought Rhode in the sixties, I thought it was a very poor town. Very poor town, not much of anything. I used to go around to the bars, and I was very fascinated with the bullfighting posters on the walls. And I wanted to buy a couple. Went to this bar with somebody, I said, I'd like to buy your poster, well, I didn't know what I'm talking about. And at that time, 300 Crusaders was $5, the exchange rate. I said, I'll buy that poster, and well, I got through some kind of communication with somebody, that was gonna cost 30 pesetas to buy this poster. 30 pesetas, was that 20 cents? I give them 100 peseta note, he didn't have enough money to hold bar. The whole bar,
Big
the big change. I did that at 3 different bars,
Yeah.
no money.
Wow.
And the town was dirty,
Bad.
and the dirt roads and all that stuff. Bookers all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get the poster?
What's that?
Did you get the poster?
Did you
I got the poster.
Oh,
I got the poster. Came home, framed them all in dirt somewhere.
But that bar was interesting because they had the wheels, the gambling machines on there, the slot machine,
Yeah.
which is in.
I'm sure they were.
And I swear that thing was rigged because as soon as I was down to my last few pesetas, I could have wait and I could keep drinking. I think that's how they kept us happy, because first time I was there, they didn't let us off the base because they had some incident with the Goddessville and the sailor. They didn't stop us from leaving the base.
At the Navy Exchange at Rhoda, I went and bought a radio. I saw this telephone, the Zazzle Sport portable radio. So I bought this radio, like $35. And I brought it on board the boat. I turned on, I said, oh my God, all I do is speak in Spanish. How am I ever gonna hear this in English back in America? I still have that. It sits on the top of my foot at home. I turn that radio on every day.
Speak Spanish.
They speak Spanish. It's retro, my retro piece around the house.
Yeah, I remember Rhoda for a number of reasons, but the worst part of Rhoda was.
You gotta be careful with the little guitar, right?
No, this is.
Okay.
No, this is it. We tied up next to the Scorpion in Rhoda, coming back from the men. We returned. The Scorpion never made it.
6 guys off of the Pulaski got transferred to that boat. Never happened.
And then, when they lost it?
Was that,
Because we pulled back in and they sent us right back into sea because every ship in the Navy was looking for that.
I don't know anything about diesel. What are the big wheels they have, one of those diesel boats
In the conning tower.
in the conning tower?
Well, that's the hell.
But they had that.
Oh,
The valve things in the stern.
There's-
They were alongside.
Those things that make me.
We were out in sub school, we went out to Diablo. Whatever that was, there's diesel boat. And my position was to help turn one of these things. I wasn't doing it fast enough. The guy threw me aside, said, get out of the way, we gotta move this thing, whatever I had to do to it. I had no idea what it was.
We were at the sea when Jean Dixon, remember, she used to give all the predictions about what was gonna happen for the year? And she's either the Tecumseh 628 or the Danny Boone was gonna go down. And we were out to sea when the Scorpion went down. And they come in, my mom and dad worked at Bear Aspen, and they said to my mom, was your son on that submarine was lost last night? At 7 o'clock in the morning, that's what you need to hear.
I was out on Diablo in sub school that day, the day the Thresher went down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
It was 63.
anyway, sorry to
So
talk.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pick it down, but this is different things that a lot of people don't realize what happened. And what families had to go through.
The Bonefish had a fire when I was in Charleston. And they wouldn't let they would only let chiefs and above tour it to see the damage. They said it was too scary. It scared the young
Did you
guys.
ever see the pictures?
No.
Man, it's amazing how a metal submarine can just shrink down to nothing. And some of the sonar equipment, it was just amazing. I said, wow. You know, we got a chance to see that. And I said, wow, this is wrong.
Does that make our list? The Bonefish? 'Cause
Oh, there's
it had a law, yeah.
It's in there.
She was built in Canada.
No loss of life, but it was,
No, the yeoman and somebody else died. 2 people died.
it's in the,
There were 3, I believe. The Bonefish.
We're all-
I'm sorry.
No, we're good.
I'm sorry. I have a story about Rhoda. I stand topside watching the Irish. And the tides in Rhoda are like incredible. 10 feet, the thing, you know, the tides are going in and out. So I had topside watch and I'm trying to loosen the lines to keep up with the tide. And I was going crazy trying to, you know, slacken up the lines. I had to call below and said, I need help up here. I called down below and everybody came up and started loosening the lines up. The tides were incredible, really, unbelievable. I mean, you'd be down here and the top of the pier would be up there, unbelievable. And if you lose the line, man, it could hurt you. It could hurt you bad. Well, you could rip the cleat off the boat. It could hurt you bad.
I'd be more worried about
Did
that
they ever
2
show
inch
that
now.
movie, like a camp or whatever called Synthetic Line Snapback?
Yeah, no.
They show you a movie, and they have mannequins set up, and they show a line breaking loose, and it forms like a whip. Then they interview a guy with one leg, and I was top five when it happened.
I was his name, Poppy. I was in a maneuvering watch, I was number 2, I was on number 2 line. And when you pull into New London, there could be a strong tide left or right. I mean, coming north or south, so when you pull around, you may be going in this pier, but you come up, make the turn, and then the boat would come around, going south, and then they'd gun it and run it into the pier. Well, when number 2 was like a break, And that thing, when it started to get tight, it started to sing and the water would start spitting out of the road.
with the whistle.
It would start whistling.
Yeah, with the whistle. That's the sign by
You know, they yelled down, "Rule number 2," and I'd run behind the sail because I didn't want to get killed if that thing ever
When that
snapped.
tattletale gets real tight and that line starts singing, that's the time to get out of the way.
I ran around the sail when that thing was singing, I'll tell you. And the water was just flying out of the rope.
I was in the Philly Navy Yard, and the FDR carrier pulled in, and they needed people to help with the lines. I didn't want no part of that job. But you do what you're called to do. Our pizza beast should be here by now.
All right, good. Yeah, closing
Still in
prayer.
time for pizza.
Uncover everyone. Closing prayer. Grant us, O Lord, that as American suffering veterans, we may maintain our fellow veterans and those in need. We thank you for the people assembled here. Pray you bless their many works. Be with us, we pray. Amen. Pray. And I thank everyone for coming out to hear this. It was nice. And we gotta get more and more, if you know someone, get somebody in. Oh.
Good surface.
I'm surprised how many years